Or you can buy a franchise. You know what I'm just talking about? Now, you can buy a business. You can buy a franchise. Or you can join a network marketing company. And there's 3 ways that if you want to get over into the business on the B side and become a business person, that you can get there. Okay? Now, there may be different definitions that you have of a mentor. Let me tell you what Mr. Kiyosaki's definition of a mentor is. Someone who has already done what you want to do and is successful at doing it. Now let me say this again. Someone who's already done what you want to do and is successful at doing it. That's a mentor. Now, sometimes people confuse a mentor with an advisor. All right? Let me tell you what an advisor is. An advisor is someone who tells you how to do it, but has not personally done it. All right? Don't get an advisor. Get a mentor. Okay? Just make sure. So you understand this, okay? An advisor is someone who tells you how to do it, but they haven't done it themselves. You wonder how they can tell you how to do it, and they haven't done it. All right? So don't get an advisor. If you want to get a mentor, make sure you get a mentor. All right. Now, if you want to buy into a franchise, and you can do this. When you do this, you can learn about systems without trying to create your own. That's what a franchise allows you to do. Therefore, you can focus on developing your people. Okay? So you can go that route. Now, if you decide to buy into a franchise, don't buy into the franchise and think you can run it the way you want to run it. Okay? Remember, it's a system. You can't buy into it. You can't buy into McDonald's and say, I'm going to take down the golden arches and put something else up. Okay? You can't buy into it and say, I'm going to change and I'm going to do the fries the way I want to do them. Okay? No, you can't do that. Because what will happen is you'll get sued and they'll take your franchise from you. All right? When you buy a franchise, you're buying a system. And what Mr. Kiyosaki says, operate just like you're an employee. Operate it just like they tell you to operate it. But if you do that and you become successful, you can buy another one and another one. Before you know it, you're not an employee. You're a business owner with several franchises. All right? And that helps you get to big business. Okay? That's where you can go at that. Now, network marketing. I'm going to spend just a little time on network marketing. You know, when I first got into it, you know, I've been in network marketing. I have several network marketing opportunities I've been into. But when they first came into being, people thought they were Ponzi schemes, all right? Or they were set up where they really did not function for the distributor. People were getting into it. Because people who got into it before you, and you came in, the way it was structured, they made money based on your efforts, all right? And people just didn't they couldn't get that concept, all right? How can somebody, because they got in before I did, make money on what I'm doing? But that's just the way it was structured. Nothing wrong with it, I found out after a while. But there are 2 things that you have to keep in mind. Now, I differ with Mr. Kiyosaki in one of them. He says, don't worry about the product. Look at the system. All right? He says, don't worry about the product, look at the system. For me, I got to have confidence in the product. How can I sell somebody something that I don't have confidence in? All right? If I don't have confidence in it and I don't want to use it, well, I'm going to sell it to you or sell it to anybody else. All right? So I have to be concerned about the product. All right? But he also says, if you're going to choose network marketing, don't choose it where they just want you to sell their system to your friends, okay, or your relatives. Choose it because they're going to train you how to sell. And they're going to train you how their system works. Really, they're going to educate you on it, all right? That's the difference. There's some network marketing companies, the first thing they do is take you right past the product and tell you how much you can make by bringing other people in. Well, they're really trying to help you try to sell their system. All right, so understand that difference. But once you understand that, how many people heard of prepaid legal? How many people heard of prepaid legal? Do you know that's a network marketing program? It's network marketing. And to tell you the truth, I like prepaid legal. No, it's not. If you get the right company, there's nothing wrong with it, because what happens is you're in the network. So when you get ready to use those legal services, you pay less than the person who doesn't have in that network. You pay a little less for an attorney. So there's nothing wrong with prepaid legal. All right. And because the person who brings me into it, if I decide that I'm going to be in that as a distributor or be work in that, because they set up the compensation that the person who brings me in goes get a little bit of my effort, as long as it doesn't take anything from me, why do I have to worry about it? Be concerned about what they get. All right. So that's the duty of it. But again, now make sure that they're going to teach you their system, and not help you just to sell their system. All right. So, what's the real strength of network marketing? And Mr. Kiyosaki says this. What's the real strength? He says there are two. First, you need to be successful at overcoming your fear of being rejected. You know, some of us, you know, we go out to sell. Have you ever just heard of a door-to-door salesman knocking your door and sell? There's some people. Now, how many people sold Muhammad Speaks newspapers? Talking to the brothers now. Okay, some of y'all been around for a while. I did too. Did you know every door I knocked on? They didn't buy Muhammad Speaks newspaper. Some of them told me to get away from my door. Okay. All right. I didn't stop. I went to the next door. Okay. I didn't stop. Now, some of them, they just bought the papers and I ain't going out there and steal no papers. You know, they just bought them because they had to buy them. Not because they wanted to buy them. Did you get your quarter this week, brother? You know, that's just, you know, yeah, I got mine. But they didn't sell them. All right. And many of them didn't sell them because they didn't want to get rejected. They didn't have a problem with some people saying, no, I don't want it. All right. So that's one of the first things that can help you with network marketing. The other thing is you want how to lead people. Learn how to lead people. Now, some may say, well, I don't have to do that to learn how to lead people. You might be right. The job I had that I retired from 3 years ago, I worked up to being the Dean of Student Services at Malcolm X College. But you know, I had to, and before and after that, I was a registrar. You know, every step up, I had to lead people. I had to lead people, not manage people, lead people. Even though the president said, well, you're a manager. I didn't look at myself as a manager. I looked at myself as a leader. All right? And my goal was to help my people achieve, when I say my people, those who I had the responsibility for, to achieve the goals that we wanted to achieve. And so that's the way I pursued it. All right. But network marketing will teach you these skills, all right, if you don't have them. And you can get in, many of them you can get in for $200, $300, become a distributor. And that gets you into the network. So that's a way to get in, all right? And what Mr. Kiyosaki says, the ability alone to inspire people is a priceless skill. Now let me say that again. The ability to get along with and inspire people is a priceless skill. And you can learn that in network marketing. There's many areas that you can't learn that in. That, you know, many areas where if you're just going to work and working every day, something you won't learn it. And if you go to some companies, and if you happen to be a manager, if they're really down on you, and they have it's an oppressive environment, they really want you to drive your people and not inspire them and not lead them. I never got caught up in that. And I let those who are above me know that that's not the way I manage. That's not the way I want to inspire my people for us to achieve the goals we want to achieve. So, he said that's a skill that can be learned. You can learn that skill. All right. So, short review. A system is a bridge to financial freedom. So, if you can develop a system, it can help you bridge over into the right side of the quadrant. In today's world, freedom and security are achieved not so much in what you have, but what you can create with confidence. Let me say this again. It's not necessarily what you have, but what you can create and have the confidence in creating. So, due to technological changes in today's world, almost anyone has the opportunity to build their own business system. And you can. With the technology and things that's available to you today, you can. These business systems should be looked at as bridges to help one safely cross the cash flow quadrant from the left side to the right side. Now, that gives me an opportunity to digress just briefly and let me endorse this business program that the Moscast has launched. All right? This business initiative, your products. Do you know that if you take advantage of this, you can take this and develop this into a business system that can take you from just being self-employed or being unemployed to owning your own business, and you can make it as big as you want it to be. You know, the